Welcome back to the Greek Connection podcast. Today we're joined by the Maids of Athena Chapter 13, also known as the Toronto Chapter. Joining us are President Melina, Vice President Tiana, and Treasurer Maria. Together they help lead one of the most active Maids of Athena chapters, promoting leadership, community involvement, friendship, and Hellenic culture. Welcome to the podcast. What inspired each of you to join Maids of Athena?
I joined because my family was involved in this, even before I was of age to be a maid. My parents were involved, and then also my brother was on the AHEPA basketball team. So AHEPA has a boys and girls basketball team, and then once I got old enough to join the Maids, I joined because, my family was in it, but also because I had friends and cousins in it as well, and I also just want to give back to our community.
Yeah, very similar to Maria. We had friends and cousins who were a part of the Maids, and were kind of like, hey, this is a great opportunity to meet people, and especially, I've been part of the Maids for about 6 years now. That started, and we joined in during COVID. And by we, I mean me and my twin sister. And so we really saw it as a way to meet new people in that environment, especially with starting first year at home in my living room. And as somebody who went to Laurier, there wasn't a Greek club. So it wasn't like I was finding Greek people that I could go to. I kind of also clung to my sister a little bit with the York University Greek Association, but that's just separate. But the Maids kind of helped me kind of grow in that.
It made you find that family
away
from home.
100%.
Mine's like I was getting, for everyone, if they're not Greek, it's my grandmother. But I was getting monthly magazines from AHEPA, but the U.S. counterpart. So always in these magazines, I think I was 13 years old. And I always see these scholarships, and they would go for trips to Greece. They would do and their different charities that they would donate to, and all of this all of these events that they were that was happening at that time, and it looked great. And then I found out that my mother was actually a maid when she was 18 years old. She actually was in the London fashion show, not the London, the Montreal, when Montreal was having a fashion show.
Oh no way!
In the 70s or 80s, I don't know. And then she left, but then she told me, she was like, "Oh yeah, you should join this. This is actually a really good group." And at that age, I wanted to connect more to my heritage and more to my roots, especially as a Greek Canadian. I mean, both of my parents were born in Greece and were raised there, and then they came here. But still, it's a little, you want to feel connected as possible. So yeah, and I've gotten that throughout it's almost been 4 years now, I think. Approaching 4 years, so it's great.
The rest is history.
Yeah, pretty much.
For all of you guys. And now look you guys are today.
Yeah, look at us. Yeah.
How does the Maids of Athena help empower women to become leaders in their communities and careers?
I can tackle this one, I guess. So I think because we're not super specific in who joins, as far as it's only business students, or it's only targeted toward a specific industry or career. We're so broad ranged. A lot of the girls have the ability to kind of provide their own input on the experiences that they've been that they've had. So we've had people who are teachers and who are experienced teachers. We have people who are in business. We have people who are in doing medical stuff or whatever it is. So we have this really wide range of kind of industries that we're all in, that even for people who we have who are 14, 15 in high school, not really knowing what to do, we kind of provide a little bit of guidance and kind of hey, this happened to me, here's how I kind of handled it, or what I wrote, or whatever it is. Especially even for people who are the same age and kind of going through similar stages, having somebody to kind of ask questions and bounce stuff off of, we kind of have that ability to grow together.
Amazing.
But also because we have a Daughters of Penelope chapter who sponsors, and we have this connection to even the sons of Pericles and AHEPA, which is the male counterpart for the DOP. They provide us this mentorship that's super helpful, and actually even now that I think about it, the Ottawa chapter, the Sons and I think it's the Sons specifically, and it might be joined with the Maids. I can't remember, but they do like internship night every year. I think it is. And usually, like Toronto try to do something similar, whether it's kind of just like connecting people as far as like, hey, go coffee chat this person, like great to talk to, and even like the conventions and things that we host. Amazing opportunity to just ask people questions.
I think recently, was it last year? I think we did the Win, or did you guys go to the Win? There was a networking night, and I think the DOP went. No,
they might have. I know I wasn't there.
There was some sort of thing that happened, but that's, I think, like jumping off of Medina like that is, I think the biggest thing is the networking that is available. Like even if it is with a DOP, or if no one's really in your field that you're interested in and you want to get more information, you want to connect with someone is bound to know another person that they can connect you with, and everyone's pretty open with it. Everyone is welcoming and very approachable to discuss these interests of like the youth, right?
And taking it a little bit away from more career-wise, but even soft skills, we definitely try to kind of have more people kind of, you know, experience new things, do new things, kind of get out of their shells, meet new people. Like even if you're just joining by yourself, we almost like we encourage it, because you're meeting all these people, you're getting out of your comfort zone, learning how to talk to people, not over text or Instagram or whatever it is. So and even through this group, we kind of give opportunities to people to take charge if there's a specific event they want to do, or let's say like we did puppy yoga a little bit a while ago. Somebody said like, we want to do puppy yoga, and we did it. Or somebody said, okay, like let's go volunteer at a food bank. Somebody did research. We were able to then figure out a place that we were able to volunteer on Saturday morning, and we all went and spent a couple hours in the morning helping with food bank. So it just gives people the opportunity to take on different activities and kind of leadership styles.
You guys build the character. I'll give you an example here. 14-year-old high school student doesn't know what she wants to do. She's feeling lonely, has no friends, and you guys build her character up to reach for the stars. And this is amazing.
I think like we, not that like influence. I feel like influence is a little harsh, but like we're such a group where like all of us are very ambitious. We're very I don't know.
We're smart.
Well, we're smart, right? But that's the thing. When a young woman comes in, 14, 15 years old, and she sees women that were in her place 10 years ago. Like we have maids that have been in this organization for 10 years that have grown, right? Like you have people that have been in your position before, and we really like want to give them that confidence. We want to give them that. What's the word?
You get them to reach for the stars, and they reach the stars.
Exactly. Yeah. In a simple. So that's pretty much it.
You make their dreams become reality.
Yeah. Exactly. And they feel comfortable, and they know that they deserve that type of reality.
Since we are in Toronto, what makes the Toronto chapter unique?
Honestly, I'm gonna be so honest. I don't even really like that question. I feel like we're all like.
Okay.
We're all unique in our own ways because we all have something different to bring to the table. London is different in the sense of culture and where they grow up. Toronto is also kind of a different culture. Same thing with Ottawa and Montreal. There's different, especially in Ontario.
I definitely don't want to say like, because every chapter does something, contributes in some way. I can't say that. Maybe unique in an aspect of what we do, but not necessarily unique in like we're better than anybody else sort of thing. But I mean, like in a sense that it's like we're all unique in different ways. I don't think it's like a question of what makes Toronto better, because I definitely don't think we look at it that way. I think it's more just in a recognition of effort, and I know Toronto puts in a lot of effort to making sure we're attending a lot of different things, fundraising, doing a lot of different things throughout the year. So it's not even just like it's only December where we do everything. We make sure we're kind of like doing things throughout the different months and making sure that we're consistent.
Perfect. So you guys are all unique in your own way.
Yeah. I could say as like specifically to Toronto, what makes us unique as a whole is how like the proximity between each chapter. we're in the middle, pretty much slammed down in the middle. So it's such an easy meeting point for everyone.
Amazing.
Where like Toronto, it's like, okay, well, everyone can do it. It's not, no one's driving like everyone's driving
from
7
like
hours
London
to
to
go.
Montreal sort of thing.
So
So
it's
we
like
do have that ability.
HQ, I would say.
I would say HQ, but like
Like a center point.
a
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a
That's
center
what I
point.
answered. You guys are the center point.
Yeah,
So
I guess like a shout out to like the Toronto chapter and kind of like us the whole like back-to-back years winning chapter of the year
wow.
Yeah.
for
Congrats.
kind of like our district, which was
Really good.
super exciting.
For those who don't know, they just won an award recently, guys.
Yes. we
What
did.
is that award, Lena? Why don't you tell the audience?
So basically, we kind of have like think of like our district as kind of like organizing body that kind of like looks after and kind of communicates information from like our head kind of group, the Grand Lodge of the MOA. And basically they look at our chapters, which is London, Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. I don't think there's one in Halifax, but Halifax is in that
Yeah.
kind of like
I don't think so.
corporate, like would be,
Right.
and I can't remember if they. I don't think so.
I have no idea.
They
Yet.
haven't- Yes.
Yeah.
So they picked the best one.
So essentially, they look at everybody's contributions throughout the year, kind of like attendance, what we've done, all that sort of stuff. And I guess the district came to the conclusion that Toronto had done another good job this year, so we did win that award, which
Congrats,
was super
guys.
exciting. But again, not discounting anybody, all the other chapters, because they're all so great.
Amazing. Shout out to all the Maids of Athena chapters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are some of the biggest events or initiatives the chapter hosts throughout the year?
Initiatives? I mean, like we already discussed, we do the Mother's sale and then we do our gingerbread.
Yeah, those are the two big
Biggest?
ones. Those are two like larger
Or
fundraisers.
another way to put the question is, what are some of the biggest events you guys throw throughout the year?
Oh, like kind of like dances and stuff like that.
Dances and stuff like that.
So
Yes,
we,
correct.
We don't. I think we're going to be starting that up again because for some of, I don't want to say older folks, but people who used to like go to the Ahapa dances, which were super huge back in the day, I think we're trying to start that back up again and kind of like having spoken with the higher ups of like Ahapa Toronto and the larger Ahapa organization, it is something that will be happening.
Yeah.
But as of right now, we kind of more keep it smaller.
Okay.
As far as we don't host anything on our own, we do help out with the different conventions that go
Okay.
on. So there's one in November that happens, November, October that usually happens every year. So then we invite all the other chapters in our district to come.
Amazing.
We host we had a Greek night this year, so
Okay.
we did it at Salonicon and Danforth, so that was a lot of fun. But nothing huge,
Okay.
I should say.
But in the future events, you guys will start planning bigger
Yes,
ones.
that is the goal. That is the goal. Right now, it's kind of more just like for the girls, and I put that in quotations.
It's okay.
More kind of social events. So I mentioned it earlier, but puppy yoga was one that we did this year, and we kind of also treat that as kind of like a rush event. So
Okay.
people can bring their friends and join, and even we also tell the Sons of Pericles to like tag along.
Amazing.
I know they went paintballing. And like, girls, like let's go paintballing.
You guys end up going paintballing or no?
No. There wasn't. It timing just didn't work out. But trust me, I've never done it, but I feel like I'd be great with a paintball gun.
Amazing. Women can be badasses too.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
precisely.
absolutely. And I think we are. We do a lot of good work for the community, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
does everybody. So I'd say
Yeah,
that's what we are.
we do try. We
Amazing.
put our fair share in. so.
Awesome. Do you guys have any other events coming up you guys will be doing? Like activities like that?
Yeah, we kind of usually have our year-end picnic in June.
Awesome.
We usually like to break between July and August, just because a lot of people go
Okay.
on vacation and stuff, and then we start back up again.
Have there been any women in your life, whether family members, mentors, or fellow members who have inspired your journey within the organization?
No women in my family
That's
have
alright.
been part of
But just in general.
But what about like in
it's
general,
like-
like when you guys just started, were there senior maids who inspired you guys?
I mean, I wouldn't call her senior. She's only 2 years older than me, but like Eleni.
Oh
I
yeah.
think she was like super into it, kind of like super knowledgeable about stuff. So like even to this day, when I'm like reading our book of stuff, and it's kind of like knowledge as far as like what needs to be done and how it's done, I'll like always give her a call and be like, "Yo, I have no idea what this means. Can you help me out?" Sort of thing. So I think like once you kind of really like get into it, involved and stuff like that, all those like knowledgeable people who kind of know what's going on are really, really helpful, especially like me as president. I like relied heavily on my sister to be like, you were president last year, how do I do this? And it was just, it's a lot easier once you actually kind of ask the right questions instead of like just going for it.
Yeah, we also have our advisors
Yes.
that come in. I know Vivian, she helps us a lot, and she's just there for us too. Like, and we can go to her anytime if we have if we need to discuss something, any event planning. She does great. She's fabulous. So
yeah, we've got new advisors too, both
Yeah.
Anna, Gappy, and I think we're adding one more next year because Vivian's moving on. But they've been like really, really great resources to ask. I know when we were creating our goodie bags for convention, they were able to give us a few like ideas as far as like what to like put in the goodie bags. We have like Anna helped us kind of created these like mini like face mask goodie bags and kind of let us like hand them out and stuff, which was awesome. But I think like not to be cheesy, like outside the organization, I think like definitely my mom was like a big push for this, and not in the sense that like she didn't know anything about it, but I think more just she kind of like telling us to kind of put ourselves out there, do something that kind of you're not doing all the time. And she always had this mentality, or still does, but has this mentality of kind of like be involved, do things, get out there, meet people. It'll impact your career, social skills, all of that in the future. And I really do believe that's true and developed me as a person.
Amazing. So she motivated you, your mom?
Yes, I would definitely say she's a big influence.
And that's what parents do, and moms do.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They motivate their children. And why shouldn't you motivate your child?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom is an ambitious one right there. But yeah, honestly, I think my mom too, pretty much. But I would also have to say that Annie. I remember
she was like, she knew shit, and I was like,
knew
okay.
everything, and she was like, I feel like she kind of took me under her wing in that first year. Like the very first year I joined, it was also in the middle of the year, so like it was December when you guys were doing gingerbread, but I was in Kingston because I went to Queens, so that's why I didn't live in Toronto. And I remember when she called me right after the first meeting, I had no idea what I was doing. I did this random sign, they asked me for a password, and I was like, let's go, you know. And then she called me afterwards and she gave me a breakdown of like every little thing, like what I needed to know, who everyone was, like what we're gonna be doing, and like even tried to help me plan like for dates, like okay, like in February we're doing this, do you know what you're doing in 2 months? I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna be home during this time. She's like, great, we're gonna do something during that time so we can see you. You know, it was great. Like
she was that big sister you never had, or
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Amazing.
I think when you get super caught up in all the small stuff, like all the like the big stuff and whatever, you kind of forget about. Okay, there might be newer people in the chapter who are like, oh, like I don't actually know what this means or whatever it is, and she definitely was somebody who kind of like took the time to explain things. So definitely big shout out to Lenny.
Yeah. Shout out to Lenny being that motivation.
An A to be specific.
Thank you for doing what you're doing, Lenny. Shout out.
Yeah.
Motivating. What advice would you give to young women who are looking to build confidence, take on leadership roles, and get more involved in their communities?
I would say just don't be afraid. Put yourself out there, and you know, we're all very welcoming, and we welcome you with open arms. Please come join us.
I think we definitely kind of help people kind of, I don't know, especially get more connected in the Greek community. I know a lot of, especially if you don't or aren't part of the university club or anything like that, or university doesn't have like a Greek class or whatever it is. We're definitely a good outlet to kind of try and experiment, and we're also not here to be like, okay, like once you join you have to keep like joining every year. It's more of like, if you like it, if this is kind of what you want to be a part of, what you want to do, always here. If you want to leave and come back, always an option.
I say like advice wise, probably just, are we talking about advice like within the Maids, or are we talking about like life advice?
Life advice.
Life advice?
And also within the Maids. You can transfer it to this question.
Life advice for young women, depending on what age they are, if you're coming out of high school and you go into university, make friends, sign up for clubs, get your name out there, it's the best way to experience life after university. It really gives you a grasp of what you're going to be doing outside of it. And then always just ask questions. That's the biggest door opener I found in getting in my own like job and position and what I'm doing now. Asking questions opens a lot of doors.
And I definitely think the Maids kind of provides that
Yeah.
avenue. It's like a smaller setting,
Perfect.
and you kind of like ask all the dumb questions because we're never gonna tell you.
You're never gonna get judged.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
free space
yeah,
to feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
Honestly, people come and ask you questions first, and then you get
So
you know,
it's really
that's good.
It's
Amazing.
I like to see this like a smaller environment to try stuff out and then kind of like apply it on a larger scale.
For sure.
If you could leave our listeners with one message about sisterhood, leadership, or the importance of supporting other women, what would it be?
You know, trust others around you, and yeah, don't be afraid to get out there, to make new friends, to socialize, and maybe be bold. A lot of people are scared to be bold these days, which I find very sad. Because like it just helps. It's just great.
Yeah, everything Tiana said.
Yep.
Contributing back to the community, I think, is also a really big one that I think people sometimes forget or are too busy to do. I know it had been years since I volunteered at a food bank, and having done that like 2 months ago, I'm like, okay, I want to be doing the next one, and it really is something that you put things into a bigger perspective when you're super stressed. There's like other things going on, and this is kind of like a different outlet for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and then family, I think, is another thing. Whether you're building it with the Maids, building it with your friends outside, I think just like surrounding yourself with people who share the same values is really important.
Okay. And one final message do you have? Or
Well, I just want to add that, this is a sisterhood, and like you said, I don't have any sisters, so it's like we are all sisters. So I think, everything you guys said, just like, it's just a great way to build social skills and build great relationships with others.
amazing. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the Greek Connection podcast. This was the exec team of Maids of Athena, President Melina, Vice President Diana, and finally, Treasurer Maria.